Are you looking for the best fitness trackers and watches? In this video we will look at some of the 8 best fitness trackers and watches on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Garmin Vivomove Trend. Garmin has many hybrid fitness tracker watches that range from the sporty Vivo Active line to the more stylish Vivomove line, all the way to the premium Venu line. Taking into account functionality and price point, the best overall option is the Vivomove Trend. 8 out of 10, Wired recommends, mainly because it has a common smartwatch functionality that's still all too rare with fitness trackers. If you're used to the convenience of charging your phone and earbuds on all-purpose Qi wireless charging pads, hunting for a specific charger can be an annoyance. The Vivomove Trend is the first Garmin to have wireless charging, and it works. Garmin Connect is Garmin's proprietary tool for tracking all your fitness stats, and it's one of the most comprehensive and actionable apps I've used. Garmin recently redesigned it to look, well, a little bit like Fitbit's, with body battery, Garmin's metric to gauge your energy throughout the day, at the top, above an easy-to-navigate at-a-glance section. The Trend is an easy way to access Garmin's most convenient fitness features, with an analog watch face, connected GPS, incident detection, contactless payments, sleep tracking, and continuous heart rate monitoring. It's worth noting here that Garmin watches age pretty well, and 2022's Vivomove Sport, $180, is much cheaper and looks almost the same. But you will probably make up the difference in 6 months when you don't have to replace the chargers. Number 2. Fitbit Inspire 3. If all you want is a simple health tracker that will track your steps and your sleep and let you know when someone is calling, the internet's marketplace is awash in knockoffs of this fitness tracker. For $80, you might as well get the original. In 2022, Fitbit updated the Inspire. It has a pedometer, tracks SpO2 and sleep, and comes with a wide array of watch faces and accessories. It wasn't all easy peasy. I had some connectivity issues and had to restart my phone when the Inspire 3 wouldn't update the time zone for a day or two. The Inspire 3 also regularly overestimated how much sleep I'd gotten, which made me mistrust Fitbit's sleep profile feature. For 2 months, I had a chronic nighttime cough. The Inspire 3 regularly logged me at 7 hours a night because I was lying still, while switching to a more sensitive fitness tracker put me at a much more accurate 5. However, if you have no health issues, it is more reliable and accessible than a knockoff Inspire 3, and Fitbit regularly puts its trackers on sale. Number 3. Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. The Galaxy Watch 7 is the latest iteration in Samsung's smartwatch lineup. The current model infuses some artificial intelligence algorithms to improve your health tracking data, like the energy score and updated sleep tracking capabilities. The sleep tracking offers a lot of information, but Wired reviewer Julian Shakata did notice a few times that it had stopped tracking mid-sleep. You also get FDA-cleared sleep apnea detection. Though this isn't a feature you'll turn on all the time, it takes 2 nights to track, and afterward, you'll get a note saying whether or not you show symptoms. As always, some features, like sleep apnea, the electrocardiogram, and irregular heart rhythm notifications, are only available when paired with a Samsung phone, although otherwise it works well with any Android phone. Julian found the battery life frustrating compared to older models. With the always-on display, he struggled to hit a full 24 hours with 2 tracked activities and sleep tracking overnight. Otherwise, if you keep a charger handy, the Watch 7 is a nice update to the Galaxy Watch lineup. Number 4. Garmin Phoenix 8 AMOLED. Garmin has combined features from its previous Epix and Fenix lines back into the Phoenix 8 AMOLED. You get the updated, hugely bright AMOLED screen of the Epix with the much longer battery life of the Fenix, longer than 2 weeks for the 47mm model, in my testing. It also comes in the Fenix E version, $800, which is cheaper and has the less bright nits display. This is why you buy a Garmin Outdoors watch, so you can figure out where you are and find your way home. Now there's also dynamic routing, which lets you enter how far you want to go into the watch and then it will route you home on time. This is the best outdoor sports watch that money can buy. It's compatible with both Android phones and iPhones, and the screen is ridiculously bright. Not that it gets super sunny in Oregon in the winter, but it's noticeably brighter outdoors than other Garmin displays. You get everything you need for almost every sport, most notably Garmin's proprietary off-grid maps, which includes sky view for ski resort maps and golf course maps. There's leak-proof buttons for scuba and a microphone and speaker for voice commands when you're off-grid. There's a built-in flashlight. No more relying on a phone flashlight with 17% battery when you're out hiking later than you expected. Garmin Connect is included with the purchase of the watch, which means that you won't have to pay a subscription fee to use its best features, which now include suggested strength training workouts, if you've also become recently obsessed with weightlifting to prevent you from disintegrating into a bag of dust. The one thing I found in my testing is that it's less sensitive in sleep tracking and incidental activity tracking than my Oura Ring. This is less useful if you want just an everyday fitness tracker. But if you love outdoor sports, there's none better. Number 5. Ultrahuman Ring Air. As my colleague Simon Hill points out, smart rings have grown enormously in popularity since the Oura debuted in 2015. If you want a simple, understated smart ring and don't want to get another subscription charge per month, the Ultrahuman Ring Air, 7 out of 10, Wired recommends, is a great place to start. This lightweight, unobtrusive ring has an infrared photoplethysmography (PPG) sensor, a non-contact medical-grade skin temperature sensor, a 6-axis motion sensor, and colored LEDs for heart rate monitoring and blood oxygen saturation. It also has IPX8 water resistance, so it's fine to wear in the shower or pool, and the battery life lasts for about 4 days. Hill notes that the sleep tracking is excellent, but the workout tracking leaves something to be desired. Number 6. Whoop 4.0 Membership. The biggest problem with any fitness wearable of any kind is how often they get in the way of working on your fitness. You can't wear the Oura Ring while rock climbing, for example. That's why the cult fitness tracker company Whoop introduced a line of smart clothes. With a Whoop in your bra, you can track runs with your Garmin. Whoop is best suited for athletes who can independently interpret its somewhat arcane metrics. Daily strain measures only cardiovascular load, so a day where I walk 3 miles to and fro is supposedly a harder day than when I lifted weights for an hour. The Whoop 4.0 is also smaller than previous models, with a new battery, but I did experience charging issues with the new version. You have to keep the app running at all times lest it constantly warn you that it can't update right this second. The company recently debuted an AI coach that I found considerably less than helpful. I know why I'm not getting enough sleep, but my work and kids aren't going away anytime soon. Finally, at $30, the monthly subscription is the most expensive one here. The line of proprietary clothing does not have extended sizing, and there hasn't been a significant overhaul of either the hardware or software in quite some time. Number 7. Apple Watch Ultra 2. Apple did not significantly upgrade its rugged outdoor watch, 8 out of 10, Wired recommends, last year. The most significant news is that it now comes in a very attractive jet black finish, which goes very well with a brand new titanium Milanese band that's made specifically for the ultra and scuba diving. It does, however, still have everything that made it a great watch for people who like to go out on the weekends, including a faster chipset, 2nd-gen ultra-wideband chip, and compatibility with watchOS 11, which has a ton of new health algorithms including training load and the new Vitals app. Like the Series 10, it can also check your breathing disturbances at night to see if you have sleep apnea. Hardware-wise, it has a shockingly bright 3000 nit screen that is theoretically useful for looking at your watch amid the bright, snow-reflective glare. I didn't notice a difference on a sunny day at the river between the 3000 nits of my watch and the 2000 nits of the iPhone 15, but maybe you will. Apple has mostly given up on the idea that you will ever be without your phone, and many of the Watch Ultra 2's most useful features are seen only in conjunction with your iPhone. For example, you can look at offline maps only when you are within Bluetooth range of your iPhone and have downloaded them beforehand. In watchOS 10, starting a cycling activity on your watch turns your phone into a de facto bike computer. A Watch Ultra 2 and iPhone combination doesn't work quite as well as a dedicated sports watch, but it works well enough, especially if you also want the full smartwatch functionality that an Apple Watch provides. It's also worth noting here that it now too does not have a blood oxygen sensor, like the Series 9 or Series 10 above. Number 8. Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. Your eyes have not deceived you. Samsung has made a Galaxy Watch Ultra, 7 out of 10, Wired review, that is a direct rip-off of the Apple Watch Ultra, but for Samsung phone owners. It even has the same safety orange band, the quick button, which Apple calls an action button, and the double pinch feature, which Apple calls double tap. Apple's watch is clearly better, with more sports, a better UI, and better comprehensive algorithms like training load and vitals. However, what the Galaxy Watch Ultra does, it does well, and Samsung obviously has the resources to catch up quickly. The Galaxy Watch Ultra is basically a more durable version of the Watch 7, with a sapphire glass face that's rated to 10 ATM, an IP68 rating, and the ability to withstand elevations as high as 9,000 meters and temperatures as high as 130 degrees. It also has advanced health features, which are a hit or miss. We mentioned sleep apnea before, but it also tracks your age's index, which should help you monitor your risk of diabetes or stroke, but in reality, does not. It also has backcountry navigation features, dual-band GPS, a compass, and breadcrumb navigation, which Samsung calls track back and which Apple calls backtrack. This is getting silly. The battery life is still just an adequate 2 days and change, though. If you really cannot get enough of Samsung's health tracking, you should also pick up a Galaxy Ring. 7 out of 10, Wired review, which works seamlessly with the watch and the Samsung Galaxy phones to save battery life by switching tasks and counting steps when one or the other is charging.